If it's major, hit me on my pager.
Woke up in the morning round 2, didn't know what to do. I felt something in my spirit move. I opened up the Bible, searching for the truth. Something grabbed a hold of me and wouldn't let me lose. That's when God said I was going to jail, but I really didn't want to. But then he said I'm his vessel, yeah, and it's doing that really need the truth. But I'm not gonna think about it, use me, Lord, you know I got it. Open up my mind and tell me where to go. I'm opening up my Bible and I'm pointing it like a gun. On you devils and demons, you better run. Have you ever been manipulated, underestimated by the ones that you thought you knew? Have you been lied on and falsely accused by the ones that was closest to you? As I realize, tears rain down my face, I look to the sky, help is on the way. Greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Greater is he that is in me.
Welcome to Who's Working. We are here today with my brother Gerald. How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I woke up this morning.
That's right.
Only victory I needed today.
Yes, sir. It's always a blessing to wake up. Anything above dirt is a good day.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so for those that don't know, Who's Working is to basically bring people on the show to let you guys know who's working so you guys can learn more about the artists, so forth. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. First off, we want to congratulate you on being nominated for the Best New Gospel Artist. What did that recognition mean to you spiritually, not just professionally?
Oh, well, spiritually, it lets me know that my walk isn't complete, but yet it's starting to define itself, I believe, because I always desired to sing for the Lord. I was in the world doing a lot, you know what I mean? But now I'm back, and I only desire to please the man upstairs and be about his business, you know. So my what it actually means to me is just knowing that the Lord hadn't forgot about me. When I forgot about him, he was still faithful to keep me. You know what I mean? So that's all I can look at it as. Even when I was unfaithful, he was faithful to me. So now I'm back on my grind, you know, for the Lord.
That's righteous. And for those that don't know what in the world means, give them an explanation of that.
Okay, well, being in the world simply means that, you know, I have my own understanding about what I wanted, what I desired, what I was wanting to be like, being very ambitious. Didn't want to stop at nothing until I got to my goals. You know what I mean? And it simply means that I was about myself and not about the Lord's business. I was about trying to make sure, you know, I was able to solidify maybe like some foundation for my family. But being in the world, I learned that there's a lot of discrepancies, you know, and there's a lot of things out there that can, you know, hurt you. And, you know, you could be embarrassed. You could be humiliated. You know what I'm saying? You can suffer from your own condemnation when you don't have a covering. You can even get to the point where you want to like take your life. You want to end your life. You want to just let it all go because it's just not happening. It's you know, it's coming from a background that I come from. You guys would understand, but I guess it'll be another page and chapter of my life to tell you about.
Okay, I could dig that. Okay, so I heard that you train MMA fighters,
oh, yeah.
Warriors in the cage.
Yes, sir.
But you also sing gospel music that heals.
Yes. How
do you balance strength and softness in your life?
Oh, well, you know, there to me are two different things. You know, in mixed martial arts, you know, there's a discipline you have to have, you know what I'm saying, and a mentality when you're getting into the cage. So it's competitive for me, you know what I'm saying? But me as the person, Gerald Williams, I'm always laid back. I've always had the personality to be able to get along, a peacemaker, you know what I mean? I've always been a kind-hearted person, but that competitive edge, I just always wanted to just be, you know, to compete. I wanted to see if I was good or not.
Okay, and were you good?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Got a couple of championship belts.
What's your record?
18-2.
Look at him.
Yeah.
That's a good record. So training fighters requires discipline, control, and composure under pressure. How has that mind state strengthened your walk in faith and your music career?
Because as far as my walk in faith, you have to be disciplined. You have to neglect self. You have to fall under the will of God and not your own. You know what I'm saying? So, and in the same weight and class of my career, it all falls in the same category. Being disciplined, being under control, and just getting out there and getting it, I guess.
Okay, so that's just the instructions for life to make sure you have some discipline.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can dig that. Okay, so you've been compared vocally to Bobby Womack, someone who has carried soul in every note. When you sing, what are you drawing from emotionally?
When I sing, I'm drawn emotionally from, where I come from and where I've been and where I'm going. I believe it's not where I started that really counts. It's where I'm going to end up.
And where are you going?
I'm going
to the top.
To the top, I guess. Yes, sir.
There you go. I can dig it.
I'm going to the top.
Okay, so in an industry where some people trade integrity for money or fame, how do you guard your character while still pursuing success?
Okay, well, I feel, by me being called to ministry, there's a difference in being called and then being sent. And there's you calling yourself a pastor or a minister or a preacher to do a thing and you haven't been called to it. I feel that the Holy Spirit has anointed me to do this thing. So I look at it like oil to water. They don't mix. So even if I go into the belly and the deepest part of the world, that I'll just be protected. That's how I feel. Coming from the streets, trust me, that is a good thing to have.
That was a good analogy. It just doesn't mix. So no matter how much you put oil and water together, they're just not going to mix. So that's basically the world and walking your spiritual journey,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's well said, well said. These days, the world feels louder and more divided every day. How do you remain at peace internally when everything externally keeps shifting?
Because God has given me a peace that surpasses all understanding. When the world is shaking, I'm sitting comfortable and relaxed. Just like when Jesus was at the bottom of the boat, sleep. When the world was at rage, the wind and the water was tossing, the Lord was resting because he had that sense of peace. And that's the peace that I have, I have the creator that controls it all.
I dig that. Cast your net to the right side.
Yes, sir. As
a gospel artist stepping into bigger platforms, how do you ensure that your message doesn't get diluted as the spotlight grows?
Okay, like I say, I'm grounded, you know what I'm saying? And the Lord has called me to do this because, you know what I'm saying, those that actually listen and hear, they said there's something special about what I say and what I do, and it gives an impact.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe what I'm doing is necessary, and it's about God's business. So I just feel that, Psalms 91:11 says, you know what I mean? He has given his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. And in their hands they will bear you up, lest you dash your feet against a stone. I just feel fully protected and engulfed by the Spirit of the Lord, and doing his work, I feel, is the best work. So, I have full confidence in that.
Yeah, you can't lose doing kingdom business.
Yes, sir.
You work with fighters who face fear head on. What fears did you personally have to confront to step fully into your calling?
Fear of failing. Fear of losing. Fear of not winning. Because in my heart, I've always believed I was a winner. I always felt that nothing beats a fail but a try. But winning is just better. And so having that type of mindset, I put, even if I fall, I just know how to get back up and dust myself off and keep moving forward. If I win or lose, I still take that count as a learned behavior, but not to quit, but to grind and keep moving forward.
I feel that. There's physical conditioning and there's spiritual conditioning. What does your daily discipline look like to stay sharp in both arenas?
In the Word, I get up early. I go talk to my Lord. I get into the Word and let the Word get into me. That's my discipline. Starting off, I kickstart my day. As soon as my feet hit the floor of my bed, I go straight into the living room and I talk to my Lord. Check in with him 4 times a day. Not trying to be like Solomon, but it's just on my spirit to do that. You know what I mean? And then the other curricular activity throughout the day, just self-discipline, just being self-aware, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on in my household and on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And just, I believe in keeping the peace in the home and keeping all the mess on the outside.
Okay. So for those that might be searching to have a routine to get disciplined, when you say you go talk, do you read the Bible? Do you just talk to the Lord? How do you give people advice on how they can have communion with the Creator?
Okay. For me, I'm like a watchman on the wall. The Holy Spirit wakes me up at these particular hours, like 3 to maybe like 5:30 every morning. So I go in and check in with him. And I talk to him about how could I please him that day? What can I do to line up with the will for today? Because not only am I serving God, I truly believe the highest part of worship is obedience. When you learn to obey and listen, it's better than any sacrifice. So when you learn and listen, you'll start hearing an audible word from the Holy Spirit. He'll start speaking to you. And he really gives you a direction. People think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, I hear his voice. So I suggest that get into your word. If you don't know God, seek him, because Matthew 7:7 says, if you seek him, you know what I'm saying, you will find him. If you knock, the door will be open unto you. And if you look, you shall find. That's how it works. Knock on the door and it'll be, if you ask, it'll be given to you. If you knock, the door will be open. And if you seek, you shall find them. But you have to look for them.
Okay, that's fire. So seek the kingdom first and you shall find, and renew your mind every day for the day.
Yes, sir.
Stay in the present. That's why they call it the present is a gift.
Yes, sir.
When people hear Gerald Williams 5 years from now, what do you want them to say about your impact, not just your voice?
I want everybody to say that Gerald Williams was about truth, stood on the truth, not trying to bend the truth to his truth, her truth. I fall in love with the truth like it was my wife. And I suggest to you all that are men, fall in love with the truth like it's your wife. Ladies, fall in love with the truth like it's your husband. Get to know the truth and accept the truth for what it is, and then you can always be accountable for what it is you need correction. Because if you can't stand correction, how you going to correct anything? Or how you going to fix anything or be ready for the next person that you might want in your life or whatever?
And then what is the truth? Are you talking about someone's truth for being honest, or what are you talking about when you say the truth?
When I speak of the truth, I'm talking about the truth that can't be shaped or bent. The truth that you will look at yourself and tell your truth about. The truth where you can look in the mirror and look at yourself and tell yourself exactly what it is about you that need to be worked on, that need to be fixed. And I'm not talking about the truth that everybody willing to speak on. I'm talking about that hidden sick truth that everybody has hidden that they don't want to talk about.
That uncomfortable truth.
That uncomfortable truth. Let that truth out. And that's the beginning of wisdom. And then when you get that wisdom, and then you learn how to accept correction. Constructive criticism is good for everybody.
I dig that for sure. Tell everybody where they can find you at on social media. Give them your @
Okay. Everybody, I'm Gerald Williams. You know what I mean? You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok. I have Gerald Williams official channel on YouTube. You can hear my music on iTunes, Spotify, pretty much all the platforms. You guys, just look me up. Just look up Gerald Williams.
Okay, but your socials is at Gerald Williams, right?
Yes, my socials at Gerald Williams.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
What we do here is we also like to ask you to give the people a word of advice. So they say, Brother Gerald told me this, and I could take it with me for the rest of my life. I'll never forget it. What advice would you give the people that they could take with them for the rest of their life?
When you have your dreams, don't let nobody stop you. Even if it gets hard, don't quit. Keep moving forward because eventually it will pay off. I'm a prime product of it. You know, you guys, so y'all be blessed.
Consistency is key. Well, we appreciate you coming out, my brother. Thank you for giving us this time today. You have a good one.